Hi everyone, it's Gwen with Rustic Diva Design, and I'm here to show you a Christmas theme folio that I made using fairy lights. So I'll get into that too and show you how I did that. The paper collection I used is Gingerbread Christmas by Echo Park. I did order the collection plus a couple extra papers because I had an idea of what I wanted to use on the cover here. So with the fairy lights. So I'll get into this now. This album measures 7 by 9 folio, I should say. When I started making this, I knew I wanted to do a folio design, and I've been watching Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy. She's like the folio queen. So I've been watching a lot of her videos and got some inspiration from her. So part of that is incorporated in my folio as well. So the cover is designed with some of the ephemera that I cut out and some elements from the ephemera pack. I did use my die cut snowflakes on here in a couple places, more ephemera here, and then this is fussy cut from one of the design sheets from the collection. And then if you can see, maybe you can't, I have little pinholes here where I wanted the lights to show through. This project kept me up at night, drove me insane for a long time. I just actually finished it, so I'll kind of get into how I incorporated the fairy lights here with you. So this is the spine piece here, and then just the back cover. So if we open this up, inside the front cover, in the spine piece, this is the switch that turns on the fairy lights. And the reason why I left this out is because I wanted to be able to access the switch and the battery. So I Velcroed this piece onto the spine so that you can get to the back of it to change out the battery when it dies. So that just goes on there with Velcro. And I didn't cover up the cord or tack it down much because when you're opening and closing the album, I felt like it needed its own little give, so to speak. So it is exposed. If someone else has a better idea on how to do this, I'm all ears, because like I said, this was, my husband helped me with this project to help me figure out how to get the lights in the cover and all this stuff. So he's a trooper. I'm thankful for that help. So let me go back to the cover here. I'm gonna switch this on, turn off my lights here so that we can see. One second. If you can see the lights shining through here, or maybe not. So they are shining through here in this snowflake, up here in the poinsettia, and then these snowflakes here, and then in some of the little doors on the houses. So that was my goal, is to try to get those lights to shine through in that way. And it actually turned out better than I thought it was going to, with all the fuss that went through into putting this album together. So I gotta turn my lights back on so I can finish showing you here the inside of the folio. Oh, so let me tell you, on the cover, so what I did is, if you, right here, there's two layers of solid cardstock, and then this black layer here is a chipboard piece, and then the matted front. So what we did, and again, this was my husband's idea, so as to not make it the cover so bulky with the lights, we actually cut this out inside, like to make a shadow box. So the lights are actually tacked down inside of this boxed mat, I guess you could say, so that they're not glued to the paper, and made it so it's not so bulky. So that was his idea, and I actually think it worked out really well. So I just glued this paper down on top of these 3 layers of matting here. Okay, so on the inside cover, I created this pocket here to help kind of cover up the bulk of the cord. This is just a graphic 45 tag that I matted on both sides and tied a ribbon on, and then added this flap here, and then matted with pattern paper from the collection. So underneath all of this, the pattern paper and the pocket is part of the cord here. So, and there's no magnet on this flap. I just used the tag to hold it down. And then just part of the cover here, and then this opens up to the middle, and then just pattern paper here. Now I did discover, because this switch sits up a little bit higher, that it kind of hinders opening this side of the folio. I don't know how to solve that problem other than just saying it's okay, we'll leave it. So I just, on this side, I just used a solid piece of cardstock and then fussy cut the part of the gingerbread house paper and matted it, sorry about my camera, on there, and glued it to the bottom, and I did leave this open, and I might get one of the cut aparts or something to put in there as a photo mat. And then this opens this way with a little flap here. And it is magnetized. And then this side opens this way. And then this middle part has a flap here with a magnet. And these are cut aparts from the collection. And then this opens like this with a pocket. And I do have, we can put a cut apart or something inside of here as well. I need to do a little bit more decorating inside. So these just fold back up like this, and there is a magnet here and here to keep those closed. And then on this side, on the back cover, is a double waterfall, which this idea again came from Tiffany from Let's Get Scrappy. So thank you, Tiffany, for your inspiration. I love it. And then the closure idea, by having it underneath instead of on top of the first cut apart, so it's covering things up. That idea was from Michelle Allen from A Creative Operation. So thank you, Michelle, for that. And so I just made photo mats and did every other mat with a cut apart, and then use some pattern paper in between. As you can see, I don't decorate this portion of the waterfall. I don't know how you guys do it with cutting these tiny little strips, but I've tried it and it drives me crazy. So I just give up and I don't do it anymore. So I leave this, and to me, again, I say that's okay, right? So that closes this way. And then again, this side with the alternating cut aparts. And then obviously you can see the white matting on each of these, either for photos or for journaling. So there we go. And that closes like that again. So again, this idea, I'm not sure if this is the best way to go about it, but when I was designing the album, or had the idea to design the album, this is the idea that I wanted, and I wanted the lights to shine through somehow on the cover. And to get the little pinholes, I just use my little pokey tool to carefully poke through, and then I taped the lights down underneath where I wanted them to show through. And it worked out pretty well for the most part. I think there might be one or two spots that my lights didn't reach far enough because of where I poked the holes, because I did that first. So there you have it, a 7x9 Christmas folio. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.